Hey guys, Paul Matthew Minister here, and supernatural expert. I want to talk to you about this thing, Contact in the Woods. I just found it again after reading about it years ago and watching the video by Dr. Jonathan. What is it? The Dr. Jonathan Reed story. But anyway, I remember this story. I really do. And I wanted to talk about it for a minute. Out of all the extraterrestrial photos that I've ever had and the ones that I've seen in person, I have never in my life seen one that looked like this. So there's only two possibilities here that I can see. Number one, the guy is totally faking this encounter, and this thing is some sort of silicon doll or molded from silicon or whatever the people use to put this thing together, or it's an entity that I've just never seen before. um it's really weird. It's really weird because see, now that right there was CGI. That thing that just turned and looked at us. So I don't appreciate them putting that in there like that. I really don't think that was the real thing. But anyway, that's the story about the guy that went for a walk in the woods with his dog, and there was some sort of entity, an entity that's clearly humanoid in appearance. And I remember this story on Art Bell, the Art Bell show, because I've been following Art Bell. I probably listened to almost every video that he's ever done. There's a few ones that are into areas that I'm not comfortable with, that are real evil, and I don't entertain that stuff. But I've watched almost everything on Art Bell, almost. But anyway, it sounded like a good story. It sounded interesting, and in a sense, I feel like, well, who am I to judge this guy? But the only thing I could really do is judge, the entity that he had. And the weird thing about it is, if you had an entity that you were able to, he thought he killed it. The original story is, he was walking through the woods with his dog, and the dog basically ran up to an alien or an interdimensional demon, probably, and his dog was sucked into some kind of, it sounded to me like a miniature black hole this dog was getting sucked into, but it was some kind of, possibly some kind of demonic power that this thing was able to manifest. And the dog got killed, and so he beat the crap out of this thing, which is kind of weird, because you would think you'd need a gun to take care of this thing. And he was able to beat the crap out of it, and supposedly this thing had a spacecraft, a small spacecraft, probably about the size of a car, uh, which had, it looks like it was made out of some kind of geometrical pattern. It wasn't all smoothed out. It had sharp corners like a stealth fighter. Uh, I know he brought this thing home and put it in the cooler, as I recall, and then he found out it was still alive. Boy, I'll tell you, that would have given me the creeps. There's two reasons why I wouldn't have brought it home. Number one, I don't know what it's capable of doing. Like, I'm not saying it could resurrect from the dead or anything, but, maybe it really wasn't dead, and that's what it turned out to be, according to this guy. And I wouldn't have brought it home because the government doesn't let you keep things like this. We have entities, evil entities that exist in the world that are into things like this. And if you were to try to keep a body, they want it. They want it or they want it back. Either way, not all evil entities work together, I'm sure. There's different groups of them. There's satanic ones, the Hat Man, unclean spirits. But this is one. The weirdest part of the story is that he was able to take some kind of controller off the arm of this thing that supposedly worked on some kind of vibrational frequency, and he says he pushed the button on it and he was able to appear before some being that was like supernatural, like an angel probably. I mean, if it's a true story, like 14 and a half foot tall angel that set him back. So I don't know. I don't really think this thing is really beautiful. God's angels are very beautiful. Even Lucifer is beautiful. Or it's so this thing is such an ugly creature. I really don't think it would have been part of anything good. It would have been some kind of evil entity, because God is the creator of good and evil. Because without good, we wouldn't know. Without evil, we wouldn't know good, and that's kind of such a ridiculous philosophy, viewed from the human side. Because I think everything should be good. It never made any sense to me why God would do that, because he makes everything good in the end on his final judgment. So why would you put that in there in between? But anyway, we're not talking about that mystery right now. And there's no minister in the world, me included, that's going to be able to tell you why God made certain decisions that he did that allowed people to go to hell. But anyway, I thought that the picture of that craft was real suspicious. I mean, it looks like something that's cut and pasted on a piece of glass that you would just, like a big piece of glass, you like maybe 20, like a 20-foot piece of glass or something. You would, well, it probably wouldn't be that big, but, something you would put in the distance and you would paste something on it. I mean, like, that stuff you buy in the store and you cut it out and it's black. Like you could cut this shape out, put it on the glass, and then do forced perspective, which is a way to make things look smaller or bigger with the camera. To make it, appear to be 20 foot long. Not that it really was, probably. That's a reenactment since his dog is dead. This is just so weird. I mean, if you listen to part of what he's saying,
up in this tree.
I don't know if it's going to pick this up.
All I could hear was Susie screaming and barking and wailing like something was attacking her.
He heard his dog barking and wailing, like something was attacking her.
I couldn't see anything, so
I wish the dog hadn't got away, if it's a true story. You don't ever let your animal get away, but, things happen. I know.
Tearing each other apart. It was terrible.
Boy, I wish that dog had ripped the throat out of this thing, you know what I mean? I felt bad that the dog lost. I'm an animal lover. So this entity, what the hell is it even doing in the woods? There's not even anybody out there for it to interact with, right? Maybe it did a pit stop to take a pee, right, guys? It did a pit stop to, I don't know, fix something.
It's just emotional. I feel like she's here. Feel like Susie's here.
See, now this craft,
this was the last place.
A craft like this, I get a sense it works on interdimensional. I know a lot about time travel, and I feel like, and I know a lot about the way flying saucers work and how they're powered and things like that. I told you guys this before.
When you ran up to your dog,
I learned an unbelievable amount of things about flying saucers and what they are, where they're from, and all that, for probably like 35 years of study. But anyway, this craft that he's...
There was no weight to her. She was 80 pounds of a dog.
This dog was 80 pounds. It sounds like it got caught in an anti-gravity field.
To witness. I could barely even fathom that something could move that fast, throwing my dogs back and forth.
Fast-moving entities are often associated with the supernatural realm and spirits like shadow people.
And as I watched...
Oh, it'll move so fast you won't be able to catch it or grab it usually.
Freddie, as he threw her back and forth as fast as he could, and in that moment, her body just turned to ash, just falling to the ground, like ash from a fireplace.
Well, I would have beat that thing to death too.
Parts or pieces, just white ash.
That thing is not human if it's even if this is a true story.
It was terrible. It was unnerving.
This would be a demon, guys. This would be a disembodied spirit that has its own body. Disembodied spirits do manifest with their own body out of the host. They sure do. Unclean spirits come out of the mouth of cherub angels, 3 at a time. Yeah, that's CGI right there.
And swung as hard as I could like a baseball bat. And hit him in the head, right?
Yeah, take me out to the ball game, huh? 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out, or what? I remember these cameras from the 80s and 90s. They were really big. These cameras were huge. These camcorders. I think it's a VHS camera. I've been around a long time. I know what this stuff is. I don't even know what he's filming right there. I don't understand. What is that thing right there? The color of it was off. Is that supposed to be the entity? No, I don't understand what I'm looking at. It's such a bad video, guys. I get, what the heck? I can't even tell what I'm looking at in the video.
I had a hard time breathing.
I saw the still photos of this thing, though.
It hit me at the same time I hit.
Bell had him on his website when he was alive.
Like a sack of bricks that had hit me, crippling me, making it almost impossible to breathe. And I just sat there for the longest time, maybe 45 minutes before even moving, because I couldn't move. I
wouldn't touch an entity, but I have the Holy Spirit in me, so it's unlikely it would have been able to hurt me at all.
In front of me.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a side view of the alien's head.
It wasn't an illusion. It was there.
That looks so fake to me, though, guys. It doesn't look real. Now that looks like it's some kind of mannequin.
It was a terrible.
Tell you guys, I've been into ufology since probably 78. And I can tell you right now, there's nothing I've ever seen or heard about that looked like that.
For 30 years, it's been the same.
The fakest looking thing I've ever seen in my life, guys.
To reconcile the exact.
I want to know where the ship went.
I still.
The brother said he came up to get it on a snowmobile trailer and tried to pull it onto the trailer. Was not able to do it, I guess.
And I feel like she's here. I feel like she's locked in this.
That dog is not going to be locked there. Animal spirits go back to the Creator. God's Word tells us. So when I say the King James Bible, that's God's Word. No, his dog's spirit wouldn't be there. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, look at that, guys. Did you ever hear of anything that looked like that? That's not what a gray alien looks like, guys. And what is that thing laying there? The ship? It's too flat to be a ship. Even with hyperspace possibilities, it looks ridiculous.
If anything will be recorded. Maybe
you know, guys, I could have made a hoax and made it look a lot better.
It was just a
lot of people could.
Action. Something that made sense to me because I was used to my cameras. I was used to my pack. So I took it out and I just started recording everything that was in front of me. Wildly running from one
I wish the
end of
picture had been better.
To another.
That spaceship, if real, that is an interdimensional craft right there. With those angles and curves, I'm familiar with things like that.
Crazily out of sync and go distorted, so I didn't know what would.
The camera's going out of sync because there's a magnetic field coming off of that spacecraft.
I had to try.
I think that's why, if this is a true story, guys. That's CGI right there, guys. Don't be fooled. That's not CGI. That is CGI. That's not. See the difference? That is too clear. I still think it's CGI. No, that is right there. They're mixing both together. The editor.
When I came across the obelisk, the black floating obelisk, I ran up to it and I felt.
It's not quite an obelisk, but I know what he means.
And then I got back up, and for a second I felt like maybe it had absorbed me. Maybe it had taken on me.
How
And then I was
weird.
standing there, and everything was the same, but it was there.
These things
Nevertheless,
teleport
it was
through
floating.
hyperspace from
It was
one place to another,
stationary.
guys.
It was as if it was anchored to the air.
Well, it's not
Insane.
anchored to the air. It's
Insanity
using
went through my mind.
stabilization,
This
magnetic
couldn't be happening.
stabilization.
None of this could be logically real.
No, it would be
But
hard to move.
nevertheless,
You
it was
wouldn't
there.
easily be able to move
So I
it.
just kept
It may have
filming.
electricity in it, and if you touch it, you're gonna get a horrible shock or killed. That's where it looked fake to me, guys. Right there, with the alien laying there, and then the ship before it that looked flat in the
This
film.
was 30 years
Looked
ago
fake to
that
me.
all this took place. And every time I come back here, it's like a
I don't even remember what year this was. I think it was the late 90s.
vision of seeing the same thing.
I was around
happening
back
in
then.
my
I'm almost
mind, in my
57.
memory, and realizing I had
This man would be
a
very old
thermal
now.
blanket, a recreational emergency thermal blanket, which I used to cover the body in. I didn't have anything else. I thought if I could cover it,
I would have thought
and-
he'd be
and
interested in getting the hell
save
out of
it,
there before
preserve
the
it,
men in
I
black
could
come.
bring somebody back to help me with this, to deal with this.
Someone
So I
come back
ended
to
up
help?
just
No, because then somebody will
opening
tell.
the thermal blanket and wrapping the
That
body
alien is so
into
small,
it,
you could carry it by yourself. It looks to me
wrapping
like
the
it's about
body
80 pounds.
and rolling it into. I didn't want to
Maybe
touch
even
it.
60.
I did not want to touch it. So I kept the thermal blanket between me and it.
Typical gray aliens are about 60 pounds, 3.5 foot tall.
Burrito, and put my straps from my pack on it and lifted it up. And it was light. It was extremely light because the feeling of it was like it was.
Yeah, it was extremely light. It's very. They don't
the
weigh
only
much.
reason it could be that
Beings
way
of
is
that
because
size.
It had to have had hollow bones in amongst the
It could have hollow
oddities
bones
of
like
it.
birds.
But that was why I did it. I wanted to preserve the body to have somebody help me.
Are you
Because I
kidding
was
me?
going
I
out
would
of
have
my
chopped it up in
mind at this
pieces and
time,
sent pieces to different
looking for
universities so
some
they
kind
couldn't,
of
you know, they
logical
couldn't
process
take all
to
the
take.
evidence away.
And it gets
The
dark
government,
in the
you know, or
forest
the
early.
aliens.
So I wanted to start
Demons.
heading back to where it was almost an hour to I had walked down.
Well, I
to
would have
this
liked to take
place
that ship.
30 years ago. So I knew I had to get out.
You know, you could
I
just
had
take
to
the
find
head
a
off it
way out.
if you could
Some
saw it
people
off.
say, this was amazing. You were so courageous. I wasn't courageous at all. I was trying to survive. I was trying to get out of here without
Being
just
courageous
dying
is
in
not
the woods,
that you're afraid.
like
It's
my dog.
continuing to go on and do what you have to do through the fear, or while you have the fear. See, guys, this is why I always say don't go in the deep woods. Don't go in national parks. There are demons in national parks, and there are ones that grab people, and we know about this. And there's a video out there of it. But anyway, I know he said he brought this thing home.
60 minutes. Pulled in my carport, looked in the rearview mirror, saw the reflective blanket in my mirror. Thought, okay, I'm going to have to do something with it.
You know, guys, you need to cover this
So I
thing's
went and
eyes
walked
because
the
they're able to
garage,
stare into your eyes
went
and
in
control
and
you.
thought, where can I put this? Saw the freezer, and I decided, okay.
Well, I'd be putting a lock on that
meat.
freezer of
It's
some sort.
dead.
Chain it.
It's going to start decomposing.
Well,
So
there's
I
no way
thought,
I'm putting that thing
freezer,
in there
that
without a...
Makes sense. That's what I
It
would
can,
do
you know,
with it.
they can go through walls. I can't remember this. What am I looking at? Oh, the thermal
Took it
blanket.
Opened it.
I just
Checked it.
can't get over
Sure
how weird
it
this
was
thing
there,
looks.
Because constantly I was thinking, it's not really there. I was trying to talk
That's not
myself
real,
out of
guys.
it, out of believing that I really brought the body home. And I saw it. I took
I'm a real
out
brave
the
person, guys, but even I would like
device
be a little nervous
from-
doing this.
was in
I might
just
even poop
inside
my
of this
pants.
bundle. Set it on the side of
You
the
see that
garage,
thing? That's a
inside
bracelet
on
that
the
you put on your
shelf.
arm that works on vibrational frequency
And
to
closed
take
the
you to
door,
point
go
A to
in the
point B in
house, and stood in
interdimensional
the shower
it's
for
an
I don't know how long,
interdimensional
'cause, I mean, I was a mess.
interface.
I had, you know, my bowels had exploded.
Oh, he did shit
I
his
was a
pants.
mess. And I was
Sorry,
sick,
Lord.
Sick to my stomach and throwing up. For
I could see that,
hours.
guys. I could see shit in your
So
pants.
I figured just go stand in the shower.
I could
So
see
did.
shit in your
Stand
pants. I could
in
see
the
that.
shower, with all my clothes on. just
pee your pants, shit your pants,
get rid of
whatever.
the layers, and cleaned up a little bit. So then I
Is that mustache even real?
friend Gary, and said,
You don't
hey,
let somebody else in on it.
You know, Susie's
People
dead.
are stupid.
I need to talk to you, and I need your help. And he said, I'll be there. And
I'll need your help. Yeah, I don't need your mouth though, right? You're running off at the mouth, telling people tell their wives and stuff, guys.
Said, I'll show you the videotape.
You're not wrong. Sharing things with a spouse or partner is pretty standard for a lot of people, whether it's a big secret
so I showed
or just
him.
daily
He was in
venting.
awe.
That's
Still
usually
didn't
the
completely
go-to
believe it.
person.
I
What
said,
specific situation or
come to the
secret are you
garage.
thinking about right now?
He said, what?
Sorry, guys, my Google
said,
fired off by accident.
And he thought I had lost my mind.
Well, I would have thought he lost his mind trying to pass this off if it's a hoax. You know, I don't want to call the guy a liar because I don't want people to call me a liar from my experiences, but I gotta honestly say, guys, the fakest looking damn thing I've ever seen.
Obviously.
Not the AI. The AI looks better than the real thing.
He could relate to as far as talking to his friend. So I took
How long
him
is
to
this
the garage
story?
and basically
An hour and
opened
50
the
seconds.
freezer, laid the body on the ground.
You know, why would you touch something like that with your bare hands? That crap is probably radioactive from coming in from the atmosphere.
Opened the thermal blanket.
Man, I would have had a gun pointed at it.
And he was just white. He was just became Snow White.
I would have been like, this has got to be a hoax.
Say anything. And I said, I told you, this happened. This really happened.
You know, you're not supposed to look into the eyes of these creatures. Demons, I mean.
We went in the house and had a drink and sat on the...
You better have about 10 drinks after that. 5 or 10.
What happened? And I basically could tell him bits and pieces because it was still fragmented.
Well, I would have been upset over my dog being dead.
I didn't want to believe that it happened.
You have to cut these things heads off, guys. I've gotten the reports on that. You got to cut their heads off.
I would say to myself, well,
some of these things are androids too.
What all happened?
I know it sounds crazy, but we got reports of that.
Something.
Very advanced androids.
But again,
now, I'm not necessarily saying humans make them either.
The proof was in the freezer.
Satan has technology, guys.
And so we went back out to the garage and opened the freezer. I unloaded the thermal blanket on camera, and we, opened the blanket so you could see its face, its head, its wound in his head.
How did this guy sleep at night with that thing in the house?
There was a 2-inch hole
or the garage.
in his head. Had a skin and bone.
I paused all those pictures, guys.
To it that was attached still to the skin, so it was there.
That to me looks fake. The guy with the gloves. I don't remember him telling that before. I think somebody just added that in.
Totally dead in the woods when I brought it home, but nevertheless, it ended up not being dead. 3 days later, after I brought it home, it reanimated. As I opened,
well, it wouldn't reanimate. It just wasn't dead to begin with.
It started screaming at me with such force that it pushed me back against the wall of the
See, now that's what demons do. Bigfoot's a demon, and when it screams, people feel the vibrational howl of the frequency, or the what do you call it? The sound pushes the person back and makes them uncomfortable because it vibrates their organs.
And it was alive.
So this could, this would be a spirit. Even though it has a body, it'd still be a spirit. Spirits do have bodies, and they can manifest and then unmanifest. That's how the angels ate with Lot. They manifested and they were able to be physical. And they could also disappear. Art Bell.
Great American Southwest. I bid you all good evening or good morning, depending on the time zone you're in, and there are many.
I wouldn't want to tell this story.
I knew nothing of Art Bell when I first heard of Art Bell. My co-writer, Robert Wraith, who is now deceased, is the one who said, you need to talk to this guy who talks on the radio about all these different paranormal ideas.
I received a phone call from a young gentleman, Robert Wraith, last Friday night, Saturday morning, who told me an amazing story of an alien encounter and said he had proof.
Is this guy ever
Art Bell
young?
was very open to talking clearly with me, to allow me to say whatever I felt. He didn't impose his will on me. He didn't try to package me into something that I didn't want to be.
I have a partial script of the story itself. I mean, this evidence just came rolling in.
And that's how Art Bell became part of my life. Art Bell allowed me to tell my story to him, a person that I felt was honest and knowledgeable, and to let his audience open that up and spread it as far as he could do. When I was talking with
but this brings unwanted attention to you when you speak over the radio about that.
Little squeaky sounds, almost like a dolphin. But I said that occasionally he makes this terrible scream sound.
Man, that would have freaked me out somewhat. And I'm a brave person.
It sat up and started screaming at me.
When I recorded this sound.
Would you play the sound for us once again, please?
Yes, I will. Hold on.
Okay, here it comes. Oh my God!
Terrible interference
Art
on the audio.
was taken back and
Yeah, that was horrifying.
by it, 'cause he never
I've
did
heard
anything
demons
like
scream
that.
before, guys.
Neither had I. And it is a scary sound. It scares you to your core.
Yeah, it does.
Some people
Like
in
a horror
Japan,
movie.
Took the radio recording and played it through some audio engineers, and they said, "Oh, it's definitely a biology. It's not mechanical." So and they did it 2 or 3 times, and everybody said the same thing, that it was biological. So it's just a heart-rendering scream that makes you feel like you...
Heart-wrenching, not rendering.
Inside yourself.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying, guys. I ain't gonna lie.
It sat down and just kind of settled down and stopped screaming.
I think you'd be afraid it would, like, do something to you like it did to the
I
dog.
went back out and opened the garage and just sat there watching it, looking at
Open
it.
the garage. I don't want
Not
anyone to see
recording
that thing
it,
at my
not
house.
to
Are you
do
nuts, guy?
anything, just to see if it was going to run away.
What kind of doctor is he?
You know, and like I'm being...
Gonna run away? I would be beating it to death again. I mean, do you want it to kill you? He's nuts, this guy. Singer already murdered his dog in a weird, bizarre way, and now he's not beating it to death. Really? I mean, what are you gonna say? Oh well, I'm gonna just take it out, show it to everybody, and walk around with it? You gotta kill it. It's dangerous.
I mean, we talked about
It's a wounded animal, a
time,
creature.
Who could you call? Who could you come to
Not
help?
animal, guys. It's not an animal. It's
You know, either dispose of
manifested
this or take it off
entity.
your hands. I mean, I would have been happy with the university taking it.
Are you kidding me? You know how much money you can make off of that?
But we did what we could.
I would kill it and cut it up in pieces and send it to different universities. I've said that for a long time. I've said that for about 25, 30 years. That's what I would do if I found one of these entities.
I mean, my body was going through convulsions.
Let's see one of its eyes.
And so
You gotta cut it up, guys. You gotta freeze it. You gotta send the pieces, like I said, to several universities
Air Force, he called the police,
for testing and proof.
And
Don't
I had no idea
ever
what
call
that
the
was,
police.
but
That
they
thing will
were very
disappear so
receptive.
quick you won't know what hit you.
Well, yeah.
You want a
help
visit
you.
from the Men in Black?
Needed
The
to
demonic
get to a
entities?
location.
I don't think you do.
You have some
This guy
kind of
doesn't know a lot
evidence, you know.
about
I said, yeah.
the paranormal.
And he said, well, show us what you have. So within that next 6 hours,
Never
I
show
met with
somebody
them at a
the
public
alien.
restaurant in the open where I could sit down, where I couldn't, you know, felt like I was safe enough. They told us
All the wrong moves,
not to
guys.
do.
That's
They
what this
told us
guy
what to
did.
do. They asked if they could have some of the evidence to test. And I mean, they seemed legitimate.
I don't think the alien's going to
But
want you
in
to
the
cut a
end,
piece
they
off of
weren't.
it while it's alive.
They were lying. They were wanting to steal all of that.
Well, of course they wanted to steal
Luckily,
it.
we didn't give it all to them, you know. But they ended up getting some of the initial footage.
See, guys, this is why we don't ever have biological evidence, physical evidence, because people do stupid shit like this.
It was just a madhouse. There was just no
Sorry, Lord, I swear.
course of action that made any direct sense. Gary was much more adamant about it. He felt he knew what this was, that it was, in fact, some kind of extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional being.
Well, yeah, it's certainly nothing from this earth. Well, it depends. It could live in the underworld, guys. A lot of entities actually live in hell. They actually can manifest down into hell, which is a deep, huge pocket that's in the earth with lava and crystals, and it's in the supernatural realm.
The first time
the spirits
I saw the
that are there.
Artifact was in the forest, laying next to the body, and I just saw it. I thought
Yeah, I think that's a recreation.
Coca-Cola can, and then I looked closer and I realized it wasn't. So I
Yeah, it is a color of
the
inside of a
body when I
Coca-Cola
wrapped it
can
up to
or
bring it
polished
home.
aluminum, maybe
And
chrome.
After I got the body home and in my freezer, I had taken that out of the package. And just
I would
looked
never
at it
let
and
anybody
saw
get a
that
hold
it
of that
was
thing, guys.
Much more than I
Here's the thing,
realized,
guys.
that it was
Never
some
keep
kind of
anything at your house like that.
device
Never.
or
Not
emblem
at any
or
fixed
something
address. You put it out in the
I
woods
had
and bury
hoped
it somewhere.
that my friend would have been over to my house at that time to help me, but he wasn't. So I just laid it
Now you got
aside.
nothing, guy.
The
Now you
next
got
day,
nothing.
I had looked at it more directly and trying to identify what it was or what it could be. And
It's a
it
piece of
gave
technology.
no indication of what it was. It didn't scream, you know, I'm an emblem, I'm a, you know, part of some.
I mean, it's clearly
It didn't scream any of those things. It just
either
was, I know,
interdimensional or from
metal
another
with some
another
etchings on
universe,
it.
another planetary
And
system, of course.
I knew it wasn't from me. I knew
But
it
it's
wasn't
not.
from,
It's not something made on Earth, guys.
some
The
other
the
person
band.
in the woods. It just
We'll call it a
it just
bracelet.
screamed that it was part of Freddy. It was part of his.
Well,
being.
the alien thing knows how to operate that. But I wouldn't want to go to interdimensional realms.
When I
You know, certainly
initially
wouldn't put
met
it on and push buttons and
in
thoughts and things to make it work.
Close proximity
I think
to
it
Freddy,
works by thought.
I knew that there was
Actually,
communication
not buttons.
going on from him to me, screaming at me, maybe just a defensive mechanism. But I felt it. I felt it internally.
You got to put something in its
inside
mouth
of
to
me.
shut it up.
Maybe at that time there was something given to me to understand what this device was, but I don't know for sure.
It's a teleportation
A few days
device, I
later,
believe.
I was sitting at a table
Very advanced.
with my
That's why it's so
co-author,
small.
Robert Wraith, and we were looking at it. We just had it.
It
in
works
front of
through
us. We're looking
frequencies
at
of
it.
your
And
mind.
For some reason,
It
I
works
just
through
picked
thought
it
and
up
hyperspace.
and set it on my wrist. And the second that happened, it closed tight, like a vice.
Well, he's braver than I am, or
and
foolish.
Didn't move.
Foolish.
And there was some pain to it, and then all of a sudden it released.
Well, that sounds great.
So I knew it was active.
Why would
I
it
knew
fit
was doing
his
something.
wrists? It's made for
I
the
knew it
alien to be
had
too
some-
small for him. Why would it
some
fit
type of
his
memory to
wrist?
it,
That thing's
sort
way
of
tinier than
metal,
a man or woman.
changing its position and changing, morphing into a different state. So, I mean, it was miraculous. No matter how you look at it, it was a miraculous item. So that was the first time I ever held it and put it on my arm. Did it fully activate? No, it didn't. It just closed and then opened.
That is a teleportation device, if this story is true. Yeah, it works off of the mind. Interfaces with your mind to take you. The frequency decides the destination. Or, I mean, the destination decides the frequency.
I had met this one guy, happened to be a co-producer of a afternoon talk show in Toronto.
Didn't you any blood left or anything on that blanket? Thermal blanket? I know what thermal blankets are. I've had those things.
Want to show me what that thing's about? Well, I got a phone call from him, and he said, somebody just backed out of a deal tomorrow. If you can make it, and get you on the show. So I did it. I flew to Toronto, got off the plane, took my crew, and walked in, and he said, well, what do you want to do? And I said,
his crew.
Okay, you tell me what you want to see. And he said, well, you're going to use this thing on camera, right? I said, yeah. He said, so put it, give me one camera, stationary. I want nobody else around, you know, so you can shoot it from start to finish as it transforms. And he said, okay, we'll do that. He did an announcement of what it was. I talked to the audience a little bit. I said, hey, this is who I am.
That video's going to disappear.
This is how I found it, and this is what it is.
Of him teleporting.
This is what so many people have tried to say doesn't exist, or simply is a figment of someone's imagination. It has symbols across.
Well, you know, guys, that could be a prop.
This is what I found.
Something made by plastic.
And I went through the process of putting it on my arm, showing how it works.
Or even cast aluminum.
What happens during the transformation, and that sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it works.
You don't even know where you went. You could even breathe, guys, if you go to another dimension or planet.
You know, throw the dice, whether it would or not. And it did.
I believe it fits on your arm, the wearer's arm, like this. If you push down, the needles penetrate your skin.
Sounds like things I've seen in a movie from the 80s. What's that one, that Come in Peace with Dolph Lundgren? That movie.
A cold, almost a frozen type feeling.
And it transformed me from being in the presence of those people, those camera crew people, in a setting where there was about 200 people in the audience, I think, and gone to another place, another location.
Then it starts to be activated by there. Now I can feel it. I can feel it in my chest.
It only have a certain amount of hits before it doesn't work. Trips to take.
It has a tendency to be less painful.
How did he learn how to do all this? He must have done it several times if that's even true, or he's faking. This is where he beams out, guys. Warps out.
And in that moment, I felt like I was in the presence of an angel or a God. I didn't want to leave.
Hey, you're lucky you didn't go elsewhere.
Ask for anything.
Like out in the middle of space.
Happy, just content. And they said, no, we know, we have to send you back. And I said, no, I don't want to go. And they said,
why would you want to be trapped there, guy?
You'll come back.
This doctor's crazy.
And they sent me back.
Yeah, did he get sent back with the teleporter? Yeah, that's VHS technology, guys.
And I was again back in the studio with this thing on my arm, and then it released.
I've never heard of anybody do an interview that witnessed this, guys. Oh boy, I'll tell you, you'd think somebody would grab him and or grab the thing off his arm and punch him and run with it. I gotta honestly admit, guys, I probably would have stole it from him. It's not really his. It's not his. It's not mine. It's not his.
In awe. And like
Not his anyway. He stole it.
Seeing that happen right in front of you.
You know, that being needs that to get back to where he has to go.
Not knowing how to react to it, not knowing what to say.
I'm putting that effing thing on.
Words to reference what you just witnessed. I mean, it's a miraculous thing.
If it's true, it's miraculous. But, you know, there are technologies like that out there, guys. That's why I don't want to entirely dismiss this story. He didn't even tell about the angel being about 14 and a half foot tall. There are giants in the universe. There are.
I never know where it is.
We have reports of that. History tells us that.
Look, 14 people were killed to keep this information from coming out, to keep me from speaking even.
14 people were killed? Well, then it wasn't worth it, was it, guy? That's terrible.
Not somebody.
I don't understand how this guy's not dead.
They were my friends. I mean, Robert Ray, my co-author, Gary, my best
Well, that's
friend.
because you ran your mouth. That's why they're dead. You ran your mouth.
Am I going to prevent that from happening to anybody else? If I can. But I've set up something.
Guys, if you ever find an extraterrestrial, cut its head off, and that will absolutely kill it. That's a known fact that if you take the head off, it'll die. I've spoken to people that have done it, even with the android grays, and go bury it somewhere. Go bury it somewhere, guys. Don't keep it in your house. Don't keep telling everybody about it. Don't call the sheriff. Don't call the police.
Thinking it was dead. 3 days later, it reanimated.
It did not reanimate. It was never dead.
6 days later, it was gone.
That's AI,
It
guys.
was gone from my house. I had driven by my house, seeing some vans sitting up.
Oh, the old
inside my
usual
yard.
government vans,
Didn't
huh?
stop. I went to a friend's house.
The MIBs.
5 minutes away, called the police, said somebody's breaking into my house. They said, okay, they'd be right there. I stayed with my friend.
I would have gone there with a gun and started shooting those guys.
Drove back to my
I mean, I was
house,
trained for
found
combat.
my
I might as well
house,
use it.
ransacked. They had taken all the.
Oh, they're
furniture
looking for the
out of
film.
middle of
They
the
destroyed the
room
house
and
inside of it.
basically had poked holes in the walls and the ceiling and the floor.
They're looking to see if he hid anything in the
Toilet
walls,
off
apparently.
of
Any of the
floor.
alien
Just
technology.
left it in a pile.
Guys, I
Water
would have got the head
flowing
off that thing
everywhere.
so fast. You can't let it look into your eyes.
They were looking for
Literally.
Evidence.
I know it sounds crazy, guys, but they do
Have any,
control
because we
people
had
through their
moved it,
optic nerve.
Luckily, at that time, to another place. And when I went in the garage, I thought,
You better
well,
pray to
you know,
Jesus
obviously
Christ
they've got it.
to
They've
protect
got
you
the
from
body.
all this,
I
doctor.
looked around, and the freezer was gone. The whole freezer.
Oh, yeah, that's
was
right. They
gone.
took the freezer. Well, they had to take it away.
I guess if you're gonna try to take evidence and make sure you're thorough, you just take everything. But when I
This
was
guy
in the
looks very
garage, I
wimpy. I'm not
noticed
sure he
there
could have
were
done much to fight against those guys without a gun.
Small.
He doesn't look
frosty,
like a
wet-looking footprints
powerful
on
man.
the ground, inside the garage, not going to the door, not going to the window, but walking straight to the wall.
Oh, yeah,
Like
they
he
can
walked
teleport
right
through a
to the
wall. Sure they can.
And I had
They're
hoped
demonic
that he
entities.
got away.
Yes, they
And
can.
At that moment, for about a month,
So I guess he's saying it got away, but they took the freezer because they had blood in it.
What? I didn't know what had happened.
Good, it got away.
But then one day, I was in the house, and he just appeared in the house.
No, I don't want
Just
that fucking thing
manifested
coming around. Sorry,
in the
Lord, I
corner
swore.
of the room, looking at me,
The effing thing. Oh, sorry, guys.
just kind of
My
moving
alarm
back
for my
and
medicine.
forth. Almost an acknowledgement that he recognized me, that he was okay.
Well, you beat him up and you stole tried to steal his ship.
Turns out
You stole his armband. I don't think he's going to like you too much. Right, guys? Everything but sodomized. Everything but raped, the alien.
It's been really difficult the last 30 years to have any kind of...
Yeah, this was a long time ago, 30 years ago at least.
I can't work.
I don't know if this is a new interview.
I've had
30 or 40 years ago.
friends of mine and co-workers and...
That guy's, I think he's older than me now.
14 people are dead.
Well, I'm 56, almost 57. This guy looks about 67.
Killed. Murdered.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's a terrible thing.
I mean, and death is death.
You run your mouth, you show people where the alien is, you try to get video. At least he's got video evidence. That's the only good thing I can say about this case.
It's been 30 years of
I've known about this case for a long time, guys. I just came across this story tonight, though, that was on YouTube.
Not having really any money to survive much.
Oh, yeah, 97 it was.
Just enough.
Yeah, I was around back then.
And people say, well, why do you keep talking about it? I said, what else can I do?
Well, why do you keep talking about it? He's still got the video, too.
Tell you the truth of what's happening to my life.
These are entities that God made that are evil entities. That thing is not here for your purposes. It's here for its own. God made evil so that we would recognize the difference between good and evil. God made good and evil.
Almost 30 years.
You get what I'm saying.
So if I have one thing to say, it's, I do this because it's the only thing I have to do to survive.
I'm surprised he's still alive, guys. So this may be a hoax because he's alive.
Early on in this journey, I found myself in circumstances that I never would have believed would have happened.
It'd be just easier to get rid of this guy. For them to do away with him. Shoot him, kill him, murder him. Fake a suicide. Put him in prison under the premise of child porn. And they've done that before. The government to people that speak out about this supernatural stuff. Things.
And a guy walked up to me with a gun directly into my chest. Right next to me. And he never said a word. I grabbed the gun, pushed it out of the way.
Someone tried to kill him already.
Fired.
That's a scrape where I come from.
I think it had surprised
I've been shot at before, guys.
I fell against a parked car in the...
Oh, that's it. See, now, the fact that he's got such a little scrape makes me think he did it himself. That's a typical thing. Oh, that is barely a flesh wound.
So it was a straight through and through shot, went in this side and out the back.
He doesn't strike me as a person that's good at self-defense, guys.
And that was the first time I knew somebody was...
Well, of course that somebody will try to kill you. There's a bunch of nuts out there, like maybe this guy is a nut.
And then it went from bad to worse. We were followed, ran off the road.
If the government really wanted to kill you, I think they would complete the job.
And think, why? Why is this going on?
Well, they're doing this because he wouldn't stop running his mouth.
Does this have to be, a negative situation?
It's a negative situation because Satan doesn't want the world to know he exists. And these are his army and his entities doing their business, working against men and women and mankind.
License to do what they were to do. Most of the time, I believe it was harassment, trying to intimidate me. To not say
well, I would shoot every one of them that I could in the face. I mean, what are you going to do?
What I had was not normal. And what I'm saying is I had a body in my freezer in my garage, and most people don't have that. And I knew that. I brought the body home initially because I wanted help dealing with this. I wanted somebody to say...
It was the dumbest thing to do. Just think it had diseases.
And we'll dissect it. We'll take it apart.
You want to dissect that thing? Who the hell knows what's going to come out of it, guys? Can I have another alien come out of it and go down your throat like in the movies?
Reality that I had to do.
Well, what if it's got a parasite in it that jumps into you? That's what I'm saying.
I didn't want to look at it. I didn't even want to think about it.
After that thing killed his dog, I'd make sure it was dead.
I mean, my best friend was the one that was kind of running things at that time because I was really quite sick still from the Woods whole operation.
Yeah, you'd had an anxiety attack, probably.
So any help I could get was welcomed.
No, well, I wouldn't look at it that way. Whenever you get help from people and you start talking to people, other people find out that you have this creature and all that, it won't go well for you. You want your whole family killed because of this? And then what if the entities want their body back? Dealing with them is worse than dealing with the government. They'll take you into a dumb base, deep underground military bunker. You'll never be seen alive again. Oh, Jaime Maussan. He's a good guy, Jaime. I like him.
Lo and behold, did I know what was about to happen.
Jaime's been into this stuff probably as long as I have.
To
almost.
The site, a hotel, the studios, so that my team was safe.
Team. You keep saying my team.
Threats of death if we were going to do this show.
The American people want to see this stuff. The threats are coming from the government. The black government. Man, you have to have bodyguards around you when you have that. The people steal it.
The morning of the program, I called Jaime to the hotel room and closed the door and said, Jaime, I have something I need to tell you. I brought the Link artifact with me.
I would have brought a fake one, guys. A double, a duplicate.
Fell to his knees
in case it got stolen.
And wept in front of it because he was so excited that we were able to...
People get all excited about getting technology from another world, guys. Another realm. Another dimension. Which might be considered consorting with witchcraft
he took his team
and
from
demons.
Mexico City,
God doesn't like that.
Flew to Seattle to the location in the forest and did all kinds of comprehensive...
He didn't tell the story
testing
about the
on
brother
foliage,
trying to winch the
bark, the trees, the dirt,
the teleportation craft onto a
brought
trailer.
it back to Mexico and had a forensic examination done of all those tests. What that exposed was the fact that the area of 300-foot circle around where the obelisk was, the black obelisk, had been saturated with a different type of radiation.
Yeah, I knew it. Radiation.
Not familiar with anything to do with the forest or nature.
Typical, it's giving off a type of radiation from the power system that it has.
I had nothing to do with it. So
those crafts run off of natural radiation that gets turned into electricity. I'm trying to think what that's called. Brain fart, guys. It's a certain type of device.
Which is basically
it turns...
Gray, if you have to identify him, is in constant communication with me. He still tries to...
Now he's saying this thing is still on constant
all the time. He has a
communication with him.
Story to tell, and I have learned to interpret it as best I could.
Well, when he gets shot in the head by the government, then I might believe it.
Things that are happening now, and that
Stage suicide. That'll be the key to knowing the government killed him.
He's still in my world. I know he's still part of this.
What's he gonna pray to this stupid demon?
I've learned a lot of things. I've learned a lot about his life, about his language, about his friends, his family.
You know, that God does not make things that look like that. They're usually evil. They're demons. They're not good. They're fallen angels. Or the spirits of fallen angels. That's another entity. That's what a demon is, guys. An unclean spirit. And they do manifest with their own body. Outside from the host.
How his life surrounds.
Talking about very demonic things here, guys. The devil. We're talking about the devil and his minion. This is a demon. Its purpose is to torment mankind.
And give me telepathic messages, and I do the same to him. we've learned to communicate.
You would
in a
not get
real
anything
rudimentary
good
way, but
out of this
in a
deal or
very
profitable.
serious way. It's a struggle to make this information
I'm not sure I'd want this
clear
thing to
to
know
me
where I
and
sleep.
clear to him. It's like learning a foreign language.
Didn't he
all
ask
over
it what
again.
its name was?
But it's amazing, and it's real, and it is one of the most incredible things I've ever experienced in my
Well, I'm
life.
sure it's the most incredible thing,
Say
if it's even true.
in different
Tell you guys, I
forms,
looked at all the
a lot
still
of
photos of
times
this,
in just a visual
and it just, to me,
form,
looked so
a
fake.
graphic form of what he's thinking,
We
what
had
he's
things that
doing,
looked
where
better than
he's
that in
coming
Star
from,
Wars. In
and
1976,
what he
they
expects of
started
me.
filming
And
it.
I do the same with him. It's not a
Look, the creatures in the cantina in
straightforward
Star Wars
communication like
that
you
was
or I
put
would
out in
have.
1977
It's more
looked 3
of a
times more real than
dictionary
this thing.
form.
Maybe even
And then
5
once we
times
get into
better.
some of the
10
details
times
of
better
it,
even.
he may elaborate
Because it looked
on some
ridiculous.
of that and project to me
How
what
could they
he's
clean up all the
actually
blood,
thinking or
guys?
asking
Really?
or requesting from me. So it's an ongoing evolution of communication. People always say, well, if you had it all over again, to do over again, would you do it? Because there's been a lot of trauma.
No, I wouldn't do it again. It killed his dog.
As far as the trauma goes, yes, I wish it wasn't so dramatic. But as far as learning from this little guy about his life and expanding on
See,
what
guys, he's
that
saying he would
life
do it
is,
again. At the cost of
feel
14 people?
like I've been blessed
That's
to
sick.
be able to connect.
You haven't
to
been
it.
blessed at all,
And
sir.
it's ongoing.
This
Like I
doctor
say,
has
other
not
people
been
have
blessed.
witnessed him too. He's gone even to appear and manifest in front of them.
Yeah, see, that
in their
manifesting
home
is
or in
almost
their
always
business.
from supernatural
And
beings and entities and demons or angels.
it's
Fallen angels are
phenomenal.
the bad ones. This is not a
This
good
isn't
angel,
a news
guys.
story. This isn't just about me.
It wouldn't have killed his
It's
dog
about
if it
all
was
of
good.
us. And
If it was an
understanding the fact
angel of the
that
Lord, they
life
usually
has
are
to
messengers.
evolve.
They
And
don't
this
come
is
here to
part
kill
of that
people's
evolution.
animals. An angel would not do that, guys. Well, I'll tell you guys,
I've gone public with
Oh,
this. I've
it's
gone
still
all
going.
around the world.
See, he made money off it, guys.
People, talking to other people who have had interesting situations happen to them. And they all say
I've had
one thing to
interesting
me. They
things,
say,
and
"How
I don't
come in the United
talk
States
about it a lot.
this is covered?"
For years, I haven't. The Jonathan Reed
Yet I couldn't
story, the
deny
Dr.
what was
Jonathan
happening to me.
Reed.
No matter how hard I tried to deny it,
The
I did.
doctor could have
not
done an
deny it.
autopsy on that thing.
And as
I think he's that kind of
continued
doctor.
through
Is he a
this
medical doctor?
evolution of ideas,
Yeah, he's old now.
not always is the truth documentable. And not always can we rely on the people that we have learned to rely on to tell us the truth.
Well, of course this is hidden stuff. Satan keeps hidden from the world. He's good at it, him and his
We all need
minion.
to realize
He's good at hiding in the sense that he doesn't want you to know his identity.
the first time I was ever here and the first time I went public is this is not about me, it's about all of us.
This guy doesn't have too many good morals, to be honest with you. He doesn't mind that 14 people were
This is our
killed.
home.
He said he would do it all over again.
With many, many
It wasn't worth one
creatures.
life, guys.
And I've learned
This story.
that this creature that I found also shares this space with us from time to time.
They do pop in out of other worlds. Okay, this was done in 2026. This is new. Can that thing even breathe? I hear his breathing. Why is he breathing so heavy or hard? Listen to that. What's that thing near the alien? It looks like a piece of rebar. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Measuring stick? I don't know what it is. Looks like rebar. No, I think it's a tape measure. Can't tell. The quality of the film is bad. It looks like tinfoil. What the hell is that light on it? The thing that looks like a light flashing on the alien. This thing just looks like a mannequin to me. Extraterrestrials and demons are known to have glowing eyes often, guys. Hang on for this YouTube commercial. I'm going to skip it. Alright, guys. That was it on that. My thoughts on this, I've said throughout the program. And, I just absolutely, find it a little hard to believe that he was allowed to live. You know what I mean, guys? I mean, if you discovered an entity, you know, there would be people backing you up into a wall with a gun on you saying, you better not talk about this, you know, you better not, you know, continue any investigation into this, stop telling people about this, stop recording yourself talking, no more interviews, you know what I mean? Things like that would happen. He didn't say any of that happened. Where are the men in black that we always hear about? Well, anyways, guys, I made a lot of comments and I told you what I thought it was. It is some kind of demon that manifested itself into the forest. You know, where'd the spacecraft go? Or interdimensional craft. Yeah, things like that work on mind control. And you're talking about angelic realms that human beings are not supposed to do things like that, you know, like push the button and go and everything. I mean, assuming this is even true, this thing about him disappearing in front of the audience and reappearing, guys, try to find somebody that says I was there. It's a true story. You know, I saw the guy disappear on stage. Did you guys see there was like 150 or 200 people in the audience? So what's that? You know, what's that all about? So I am a little suspicious of that. It didn't really seem... He said this thing was able to walk around the garage and sort of speak to him. I mean, these things, if you have the Holy Spirit in you from accepting Jesus as your Savior, these things are able to understand what the Holy Spirit says when you speak, because I've been able to speak to an entity before myself. So he must not have known the Holy Spirit, and unfortunately, everybody in the world goes to hell when they die if they don't know Jesus Christ. And that's just the reality of how it works. You know, we have to learn what God expects of us. We can't just sit around and do nothing. And that's why God gave us his word, the King James Bible. So anyway, you know, there's not going to be someone that's going to sit down with you and say, Doctor, this is an alien demon from another planet. You know, and it came here, and we're used to these things coming here, and you know, we try to get as many of these things and shoot them down with scalar weapons. You know what I mean? It's not like anyone's going to sit down from the black government, which is that's where all that funding goes, to the black government. You know, like that joke about it's not $8,000 for a toilet. Do you really believe that? You know, it's like a $800 toilet, you know, and all that extra money goes into this other government. And I believe they're the ones that brought down the 9/11 buildings. But anyway, that would be who would be going after him, most likely. And the CIA would have involvement in it. They just have a special team that handles the collection of these spacecrafts and handles the collection of the beings themselves when they can get them. Now, this one got away. You absolutely have to cut its head off to stop every type of attack this thing can do. I've talked to people about this. You have to take its head off. So he made a big mistake and a big risk by not killing it. And like I said, guys, I'm poor, I'm broke. I can't even get a woman because I don't have a lot of money. I don't even have a wife. And I'm getting old. So yeah, I would have used that damn thing to make money. And not in that manner either. No, I would have been like tried to get the spaceship home too, probably with a flatbed. But people talk, so you can't realistically do stuff like that. That thing is, I don't know how long it's going to sit in the woods before the police discovered it anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't know. The whole story seems hokey to me. I'm not 100% sure what I would do if I was in that situation. But I would definitely get a hold of the body and make sure no one else did and cut it up into several pieces and, at least have some bones somewhere. I know it's going to rot. Keep some of it in different freezers. I would have found a way to do better than he did anyway. The thing is, I wouldn't have told anyone about it. You cannot tell anyone. Not your best friend, not your wife, not, you know what I mean? Ugh, unbelievable. And I've gone in the woods a lot over the years. And there are entities in the woods, guys. All right, I'm going to go for now. You guys got any questions for me? DAZ1950 at gmail.com.